So, it's super fun, I think, to buy a house. Selling a house can be a whole nother matter. So Lee Gates, Thomas DeMoss are here this morning. They have Chattanooga Property Solutions, and they're going to talk a little bit about how they've solved 3 different situations for 3 different homeowners, right? Good to see you both.
Good to see you too.
Good to be
Thank
here.
you so much.
So something that y'all said, I think the last time you were here, really has stuck with me. I'm not making this up. I think you might have been here by yourself this particular day, Thomas, and we got talking about the architecture of a house and kind of the heart that goes into it because you really love what you do.
Absolutely.
And you said, I love houses.
Yes, I do. Yes, we do.
So that means you love the people who are in the houses
We do,
too.
because houses are, you got people living inside of them, and one of the coolest things that got me into real estate to begin with was when we bought our first home here in Chattanooga over 20 years ago. It was where we started our life, and then we've been able to do that. Our first rental property that we bought, the family that we placed in there, you could see them. I mean, they were friends of ours, and so so that's why we love what we do. We love homes, and we love helping people.
Right.
And sometimes those can both be challenging.
Yeah, because homes are different than a house.
Yes, they are.
Right, homes are the people inside.
Absolutely.
So let's talk, Lee, you always bring these different examples of kind of showcasing what it is that you've done.
Sure.
And I love it that you know the people behind them.
Sure.
So one of them is down in Rossville?
Yeah, so East Oak Street is a really cute neighborhood just across the state line. Josh, who we bought that house from, had moved to Knoxville. The house had been vacant for close to a year. He had a new job, he was getting married, and literally the house was in great shape. He didn't have the time to clean it, to mow it, to repair, the 20 little things, none of them were big, that the house needed.
Yeah.
And it's a tiny little 2-bedroom, 1-bath. I'm not sure it was more than 800 square feet.
That's cute.
And it was adorable. And you kind of juxtapose that with the one we bought from Miss Beverly, who was a power of attorney for her very elderly aunt.
That's out in East Brainerd?
Out in East Brainerd on Old Britain, and a beautiful, stately neighborhood. House is probably close to 3,000 square feet, right? So the very other end of the spectrum for what we typically see. And she was in an assisted care program. It had been a rental property for years and years. It needed a great deal of repairs just because it was so big. But we put together a plan that was simple and that made it easy. We're familiar with powers of attorney. Our title companies do great work with properties like that. And the last one, just to kind of bookend, was in Hickson on Valerie. And we purchased that. A common situation we deal with is 3 heirs who had inherited that property from their parents. And one of the heirs had lived there for a long time. The other 2 lived much further away. And part of their aggravation was dealing with that inheritance process. And so for us to buy that house, they didn't have to go to probate. We deal with probate all the time, and sometimes it's the right thing. But in this case, they didn't have to deal with probate. They didn't have to wait a year. We handled it very simply with our title company.
Okay, so Thomas, in situations like that, you've got these 3 houses that now y'all have helped the homeowners to handle. Now you've got the houses. Do you sell them? Do you rent them? Is it a case-by-case thing?
It is a case-by-case basis. It really is. But the biggest thing that we want to do is when folks reach out to us, and we've had several folks that have said, hey, show us pictures of what you do to the house, because they want to see what we do to it, and that's awesome. We take pride in that. We've got some other partners that do the renovations as well, and they take pride in that as well. But the biggest thing is, and what we want to let folks know is, like you said, selling a house can be complex sometimes. We've dealt with a level of complexity that most people have no idea about, which means we have an area of expertise that a lot of people don't know about.
You also have pointed out before that sometimes you do have knowledge that the homeowner does not, and sometimes they'll come to you thinking that you are the solution, and you in fact will give them a different solution, which is keep your house, and here's how you can do it.
Sure.
Keep your house, and the other thing is, I mean, I'm a licensed real estate agent. We created Chattanooga Property Solutions because we want to be a one-stop shop. Yes, we can buy your house fast, easy, and stress-free, but if we can't buy your house, we'll help you sell it.
Yeah. Okay, I want to go ahead, Lee.
The last thing that we're seeing, I don't want to say we're seeing this more and more, but we seem to be doing it more often, is that we're running into people who are struggling with mortgage payments, or they're struggling with property taxes being behind. And we've been able, in many cases, to come up with ways to catch up mortgage payments, solve property tax problems, and allow someone to keep their home. And that's pretty cool too. And so we don't always buy something. Sometimes the solution is a form of help that's different than a purchase.
Right. I want to ask you too before I let you go, and it's again going to be an individual call on this, but a lot of 30 and unders are skeptical of home ownership. I think these days. It seems like prices are kind of coming into a little bit of a
Yeah,
diminishing.
they're coming down. They're being more manageable now. So in Chattanooga, we've experienced very, very high price fluctuations, which has been good. But I think the affordability level is helping out right now. And so there are different financial challenges in the landscape that we're in, and we're here to help.
If you are watching today kind of anywhere in the viewing area, can y'all get to them, or are you just
100%.
Tennessee?
No, we're Tennessee. We'll go all the way, basically a 60-mile radius of Chattanooga. So,
Okay.
But just call us. If we can't help you, we may know some other folks that can, and we'd love to give it an opportunity.
We're not a big shop. Either one of us or Sarah is going to answer the phone.
Yep.
Okay.
And so we're happy to listen. We're happy to try and ask good questions.
Yeah.
And just offer, 750 experiences of help. That's easy to do. We enjoy that.
Yours could be 751. So here's where you find them. It's Chattanooga Property Solutions, ChattanoogaPropertySolutions.com if you want to read more, or give them a call, 454-3070. So you're saying it's either going to be Lee, Thomas, or Sarah
That's it.
that you're going to get.
We're not very exciting.
Sarah Lee.
We're here.
How fun is that?
There you go.